What are you still mad about? I was about 9, fourth grade, when this happened. First off, my mom is a very religious woman who takes Christianity extremely seriously. She is also the type of person that is very inclined to believe anything that affirms her intuition, which led her to create/believe wild conspiracies based on shreds of evidence and her God-given mother's intuition. Well, like many people my age, I was completely obsessed with Pokemon back in the day. I saved up all my money I got from doing chores and yard work for our neighbors and went out and bought myself a brand new Game Boy SP and a copy of Pokemon Sapphire, which was all the rage among my second grade friends at the time. Fast forward to 2 years later, a new family had moved into our neighborhood and all of their kids were around me and my brother's ages, so we started to hang out a lot, which let our moms, unfortunately, get to know each other. So one day I'm outside playing with some friends and my mom calls me back to our house. I unassumingly waltz in, unaware of the life-altering trauma I was about to experience. Apparently, my new friend's mother, we'll call her Mrs. L, was very into fringe Christian magazines, and lately a hot topic for these wannabe prophets were the Pokemon games. Mrs. L had informed my mother that she had read a lot about Pokemon recently and told my mom that the games were actually Chinese propaganda, disguised as video games, that was purposely designed to make American kids addicted to the games and feed them anti-Christian ideals. And yes, somehow my mother was convinced that this was true without doing any research on her own because I just knew something was odd about those games. Basically, Mrs. L and my mother agreed that they both needed to confiscate these games from their kids so that we were not fed any more propaganda. So, after a drawn-out lecture on our family's Christian values, my mother informed me that she would be ridding the house of any Pokemon games that we owned. She even explained to my brother and I that we